Now look, I was going through these comments, right, from Alonso, from Street TV YouTube channel. And he posted this post in his community post. And it's about this song and video that been pertaining to Munchie B. It's like called The Round Table or something like that, right? And when you go through the comments, you got a comment where somebody say, R.I.P. Drakeo. Drakeo had these dudes shook. Now, mind you, that comment, it don't even got like no picture on it. It don't even really got no real like name or nothing like that. But however, Alonso chose to respond to that and give it some attention. And it kind of threw me off because Alonso's response was, how is that possible and he dead and they are alive? I don't really understand how that response went with that question. Or it wasn't even a question that whoever that person was in the comments, it was more of a statement. But they said, R.P. Drakeo, dude had all of them shook. Now, if you really come from the streets, then we understand that, Drakeo didn't have all those individuals at that table shook. We just know that. You know what I mean? Now, in the streets itself, a lot of people, like, nobody's really afraid of anybody. Like, yeah, you got some cowards in the mix and, people that allow people to do whatever they want to do to them and get bullied and what have it. Like, yeah, that happens in the streets, in life, in the world. But for the most part, like, people ain't really operating in the streets being afraid of people. At least all the real serious players at the game. Or in the gang culture, I should say, right? But I guess let's go with the streets, not the gang culture, because I guess Drakeo ain't really from the gang, but they kind of move how they move, so it is what it is. But my thing was this. Alonso responded and said, how is that possible and he dead and they are alive? So what I gathered from that is, you really making a mockery of Drakeo passing. You really trying to like throw a jab at somebody like, yeah, he was that tough, but he died. Ha ha. Because that response didn't really go hand in hand with that statement that person in the comment section made. Because he said, Drakeo, R.I.P. Drakeo, he had, H-A-D, all of them shook. And Alonso responded and said, how is that possible? And he dead and they are alive. And that's just like bad, like that's bad education, because tough guys, bullies, cowards, they all die. It's not a story that ain't took place in these streets yet. It done been a bully who got killed, a tough guy that got killed, a coward that got killed. But just because you died, that don't mean you was a coward. Just like dying don't necessarily mean you tough. Everything is always a case-by-case situation. But I just felt like this type of conversation ain't really for a person like Alonso, unless he does have a horse in that race. Like, we don't got no sides to be picking in that gang culture or that street drama right there between it to Drakeo and everybody that rock with Drakeo or dislike Drakeo, then I wouldn't be making those statements pertaining to his death. And that would be for anybody, like in a general situation. Like, unless I had like a race, like a horse in that race, a side to pick in them type of situations, I wouldn't be speaking on somebody's death. I mean, he still got family, he got a mama, he got everybody. But for you to sit out here and just say he's dead and they still alive, Like, I mean, is that the type of person you really want to be? Cause God work how He work, man. Everybody get a chance to try to get away with certain stuff, but gotta put it in a position to where Alex Alonso gotta be that tough guy. Or maybe it'd be a coward that do something to him, and then what? Like, just you don't know what tomorrow might bring. So I just feel like that wasn't no good statements to be making. I feel like he was distasteful, and I don't agree with it. And he was going on down the path. He just kept going down the path. He was arguing people down in the comments, and it was people who was responding to him and saying stuff. Like one person said something like, "It's real ones dead who stood tall and handled business, like Raymond Washington and B. Brazy, Buntree, and Orlando Anderson." And then his response to that was, Raymond Washington got killed by a homie, or Orlando Anderson got killed over a dope sack by a corner pocket, and B. Brazy can't really speak on that. Drakeo was killed by an enemy, and the only one person was responsible for the lethal blow. So it's like you do all this information gathering and all this picking up and learning history stuff and being hand in hand with all the streets just so you could debate people and argue people and try to argue facts or talk about stuff that don't even matter. Because none of that stuff even goes hand in hand with nothing. But all of that came from a person making a comment talking about RP Drakeo had these dudes shook. But I mean, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments, man. I'm sure y'all get where I'm coming from. If not, I don't know what to explain or how to do it. I don't know. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, man. To me, I feel like it was distasteful, and I feel like it was uncalled for a person who's supposed to not really have a side picked in their line of duty. But that's just me. And, it is what it is, man. We all got to pay for our choices in life, no matter what choice we make. And however we got to pay, that's all up to the creator, man. But RP Drakeo, man, and RP to all the real fallen soldiers on any side that had to meet that fate they had to meet. It's a war out here. People sign up for it, some people don't. But it's just life. But, I don't really tolerate or agree with no disrespect and anything that can't defend themselves. I don't want to kick nobody when they down, and I don't want to be spitting on nobody's grave. But everybody entitled to their own approach about any situation. But like I said already, man, y'all keep it a Benji for me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Shout out to the Dice Crew.